The Premier League relegation battle continues to fascinate. It is getting intense down the bottom half of the Premier League. We've seen so much change since we last spoke about the bookmakers' predictions for who they think are going down to the Championship. There's been managerial changes, players coming in and out in January, and some big results recently that we need to talk about as we have another look at what the bookmakers think at the bottom end of the Premier League. Have they changed their mind? If you're a Premier League fan, do make sure to drop this video a like. We'll go for 200 likes. Do make sure to hit the red subscribe button. We're only this far away from 25,000 subscribers. And let's start at the top of the bottom half of the Premier League table. In 11th and 12th, we have Aston Villa and Crystal Palace. The bookmakers haven't changed their mind on these two. Since we last spoke about this video, these two were in 11th and 12th. Now, these are two teams that I don't think are necessarily safe yet, but most people wouldn't associate them with being in the thick of it down the bottom, especially Aston Villa. Despite a recent defeat to Leicester City, I still think they're fine under Unai Emery, but since they're not mathematically safe, we will mention them in this video. Crystal Palace, another team that haven't been pulling out many results recently, and I do still think they'll stay up. They've got good enough players, good continuity with Vieira as well, but a poor run, and who knows, recent results has meant Palace aren't that safe just yet. They need to get more points on the board. Let's go on to the next two teams. The bookmakers have gone for West Ham United and Leicester City. Now, in the weekend of recording this video, West Ham have just pulled out a 1-1 draw at Newcastle. That's a very good result considering Newcastle are up there in the Champions League places. Once again, West Ham United, I'm still not convinced by David Moyes, but I've said for a long time I don't think they're actually going to go down, even though they are still in this conversation. The quality they've got in that team makes me think they'll be all right. We've said before that they've got one of the best defences in the bottom half of the Premier League, so although West Ham are just about churning out enough to stay up, I do think they'll start to spike at the end, and the bookmakers have them to climb up to 13th by the end of the season. Leicester City in 14th. Now, lots of people, including myself, are a bit sceptical of Leicester City this season, and then they go and win 4-2 at Villa Park. The picture changes quite a lot. Like I say, when so many teams are on the same amount of points, one win can shoot you up about 4 places, and the bookmakers have them in 14th place, which is quite fascinating, to be fair. I think this is where the bookmakers had them when we last did this video. They've got the quality to survive, of course, and a good manager that knows this league. Obviously, James Maddison being back is absolutely massive. And like I say, to score 4 goals at Villa Park is some feat, because Villa have been pretty good under Unai Emery. Leicester City by no means are safe just yet, but if they keep pulling out decent results like they did at Villa Park, then they will be okay this season. In 15th and 16th, the bookmakers have Wolves and Leeds. They've just bumped Wolves up 1 place since we last spoke about them. Wolves have pulled out a fantastic win against Liverpool. Now, for all the flaws and negative comments you can make about Liverpool this season, I did actually get to see Wolves play Liverpool, and Wolves just outclassed them. Wolves had only scored 12 goals coming into this game. They're now up to 15 goals scored for the season. We said how they've got a decent defence down the bottom of the table, so if they can actually start scoring goals like they did against Liverpool, then they're going to be absolutely fine. The majority of their points have been collected at home. It's always a good thing to have your home form being the base of the most of your points, but they still need to improve on the road. But we must say, under the new manager, Wolves have improved, and if they get more results like they did against Liverpool, then I also think Wolves are going to stay up this season. The bookmakers have them in 15th. Now, Leeds United are in 16th. I personally think Leeds will finish higher. At this moment in time, their form does have them going down the table, but we're recording this before they play Nottingham Forest, Everton, Southampton. Those are the games that are going to judge Leeds' season, not the games against Manchester City and Manchester United. If they pick up any points in those kind of games, they're bonus points, but it's the relegation 6-pointers that Leeds can't afford to lose. I think Leeds will be alright. I do think Jesse Marsch is a good manager, and I personally think Leeds will start to spike towards the end of the season and maybe finish a bit higher up the table than they currently are. But at this moment in time, with their form trending down and going into massive games, there is some question marks. Can Leeds get over the line? These next few weeks are massive. The bookies have them to stay up. I have them to stay up, but big weeks ahead for Leeds United. Now, this is absolutely massive. The next two teams, the bookmakers still have Nottingham Forest to just about survive in 17th, but they've got Everton up to 18th now, which is a climb. You can imagine that's down to Deitch coming in and that fantastic first win against Arsenal. I suppose what we now need to wait and see is that a flash in the pan, great result, new manager bounce, that kind of thing, or is this the start of something good for Everton where they start to climb away? I've always stood by Nottingham Forest being able to survive this season, but obviously if Wolves, Leicester, Everton all start to improve, that does put pressure on Steve Cooper and Nottingham Forest. But like I say, the home form is fantastic. They can only focus on what they're doing, and like I say, they've got big 6-pointers coming like against Leeds United. So Forest just need to keep churning out points and not worrying about what other teams are doing, and I think they'll be fine, like I've said from the off. But going back to Everton, I do find it fascinating that the bookmakers still have them in the bottom three. They have climbed since we last looked at this. Everton were 19th, I believe. They've just gone ahead of Southampton. I mean, I personally think Everton will get over the line. I said it since Sean Dyche has come in. I did a video the other day saying I think Everton will get over the line in my updated Premier League predictions, but it seems like the bookmakers want to see a little bit more from Sean Dyche and see if he can continue to pull out results. The next game is Liverpool away, and then come some massive 6-pointers. Everton have climbed up the table a little bit, but the bookies still have them just going down at this moment in time. I wonder if that will change soon. And then on to the final two teams. The bookmakers have Southampton to slip now down to 19th and have Bournemouth still in 20th. Like I say, since we last spoke about this, Southampton were actually ahead of Everton, but they are now down to 19th. From what we saw against Brentford, it's not great. Southampton, like we said, had been doing okay in cup competitions, and the win against Manchester City, followed with the win against Everton, you thought would give them confidence and be a platform for Nathan Jones to go off. Now, it's not still too late for this to turn around, and it's still tight down there, but they really need to keep within touching distance. They don't want to be cut adrift at the bottom. Like I say, if we still get to the penultimate game of the season and Southampton are only 1 or 2 points behind, it can still happen, but at this moment in time the bookies still have them to go down. I'm not entirely surprised the bookmakers still have Bournemouth bottom of the division. As we keep saying, the worst defence in the league, really trending down. Their most recent game was a defeat to Brighton, where they were in that game and they only lost it late on, which is obviously frustrating. Once again, Bournemouth are a team that if they were to get over the line, it might be down to home form. Obviously they've not got the worst home form in the league, that is with Southampton, but Bournemouth do have the worst away form in the league. They've only picked up a few points on the road this season. Obviously, like I say, big games coming at home. If they can win against other teams down there, give them a chance, but I really do think Bournemouth need another win or two on the road to boost that confidence. I think they've got good players going forwards, but like I say, so leaky at the back, so the bookmakers still have them to go down bottom. So then guys, that is the 11 to 20 prediction from the bookmakers at this moment in time. Like I say, it is changing every week and I'm so fascinated by it. If you're a Premier League fan, as I say, get your predictions down below. Do you agree with this bottom three? I've got to say, I'm really not sure anymore. I don't know which team is going down. A lot of people are saying Southampton and Bournemouth are strong favourites to go down. I don't even think that's a certainty, but that third place certainly seems elusive and everyone is jumping ahead of everyone each week. It's a fascinating battle down the bottom. Like I say guys, get those thoughts down below. Do make sure, of course, to hit that like button as we go for 200 likes, and do make sure to hit the black subscribe button down below to get us to 25,000 subscribers. We will see you all in the next one. Peace out.